live on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Johnson is out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Trae Young. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's ABC in at the 2 spot. And for the Magic, the forward spots, it's Wagner and Banchero. Suggs out there with Caldwell Pope. And it's Carter in at the 5. This should be a fun one, Greg. 2 teams that are among the most athletic in the NBA.
And I don't know if it'll be a track meet, but it will be an up-tempo game. And that's the only way these teams know how to play.
Hey, who's got Young?
Now Young. Now the pass to Middleton. And that one is off. Great defense that time from Banchero. Suggs kicks to Wagner. To the right side. Here's Banchero. And yes, it's good.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
On the wing, Johnson. Lets it fly. No good on his first attempt of the game.
Defensive positioning so important, and he could not have played him better there.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Down low. Here's Banchero. Good D by Johnson.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Here's ABC. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Hey, Doris, talking about the young Franz Wagner. He's already proven how valuable he is.
Oh, Kevin, there's no doubt. For Wagner, this is a swingman who does a little bit of everything. He can shoot it. He can put it on the deck. He can make his teammates look good. A scorer from all 3 levels. There is not a lot to pick at where Franz Wagner is concerned.
And the first one at the line is good.
Franz Wagner's so fundamentally sound. This guy's so clever, plays with a ton of energy.
Both free throws good from Wagner.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Middleton against Banchero. Middleton can't get it to go. To the wing on the left. Here's Suggs. The rebound by Middleton. The Hawks have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Passes to Johnson. Young inside, and he makes good on the layup.
Nice job capitalizing down there. Young good at probing inside and finding some space.
Now, here's Suggs, defended by Young. Wagner against Middleton. 5 to shoot. Kicks it out to Banchero. Another miss by Orlando.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Young, and he hits it to tie the game up.
Staying composed against the contact. Young doesn't let the defense disrupt him.
And here is Suggs. Banchero outside. Offline with his 3.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Here's Middleton, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And the urgency on Middleton's drive is terrific. The defense seems powerless to stop it.
Wagner outside. Carter, the pass to Suggs. That's in there. Carter with the assist.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's ABC. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. ABC. It's hauled in by the Magic. Wagner outside. Pass to Banchero. Carter outside. He kicks it to Caldwell Pope. The layup missed. The Hawks trail it. Here's Johnson. Down the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And how about the find by Trey, making sure he keeps his teammates involved.
Wagner with it. Banchero outside. Floats one. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Young finds Johnson. Launches it from deep. Banchero grabs the board. And Wagner's got the ball here for Orlando. And that one, good.
We've seen this from Wagner over and over. This guy understands when a man is open. He's got the timing and the touch to make the pass.
Banchero against Johnson. He dishes it to Young. Middleton outside. And no good. Nice defense from Wagner. Here we are, Greg, watching Atlanta. This team has a lot of firepower.
And some great scores, Kevin. They don't just launch threes. They like to work for good shots inside the arc as well.
Suggs kicks to Banchero. Over Johnson. Second chance shot. And Carter lays it up and in.
Boy, that's a big-time effort play by Wendell Carter Jr. This guy gives you everything he's got.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Middleton with it, and it's Carter picking him up. And it's in there.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Orlando leading by 3. Driving to the basket. They get it back. Here's Suggs. Good D by Johnson.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
Now, here's Suggs. Defended by Young. And it's Suggs missing.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
You know, an awesome decision maker in that pick and roll. Young taking whatever he sees in these sets.
Pass to Banchero. Trying to get open is Carter. Banchero, that's good. And that's now 6 points for Paolo Banchero. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. For this young Orlando team, last season GA was a huge step forward.
A 12-win improvement, taking a giant step forward offensively. Their top 5 scorers, all under 25 years old, a very bright future in Orlando.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Nance comes in for Johnson. Hunter's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Daniels subbed in for ABC. Here's Young. Dishes to Hunter. The shot missing. Some solid defense from Harris. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Gentlemen, how about the body control by Gary Harris? Nice finish through contact.
Isaac against Harris. Kicks it to Hunter. Back to Nance. Bounce pass Young. Here's Daniels. Paxton coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists now in this one. And Anthony's got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. 3-point lead. To the middle, the 9-foot shot. And it's Orlando with another.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's Young. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what, Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
Wagner against Okongwu. Harris looking it over. And finished off by Wagner.
That, to me, is exactly the kind of play you want from Mo Wagner. Aggressively chasing the rebound and getting a second chance opportunity.
Okongwu, the pass to Hunter. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
And Fultz gets it to go.
Well, make no mistake, Markelle Fultz, because of his athletic burst, can score on the interior. That's nicely done.
Here's Young. .157 left here in the opening quarter. And Nance kicks to Young. Just 4 to shoot. Puts up a deep 3. Atlanta now working with a new shot clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, who says this isn't a contact sport? Larry Nance taking the initiative to draw the foul. Nice.
This is his first free throw of the game. First free throw is good.
You know, even though Larry Nance doesn't handle it on every possession, you can expect him to be a factor on the defensive end and on the glass.
He's perfect from the line this time. And the Magic making strides, but Doris, their offense is still lagging behind.
Yeah, a couple things come to mind here, Kevin. Obviously, outside shooting and playmaking are 2 areas where they can grow. Elite perimeter play would probably help take them to the next level, but this is all part of the process when you've got young talent. Wow, what a nimble move on the interior by Fultz. He touches the paint and wants to score it.
And Okongwu slams it in.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Anthony kicks to Wagner. .103 left to play here in the first. No good that time.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Here is Daniels, guarded by Fultz. Daniels passes to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
And Fultz gets it to go.
Well, it's excellent recognition from Cole Anthony, but how about your offense working to get a man that wide open? Pretty.
Here's Daniels. Back to Nance. There's the pass to Okongwu. Anthony against Young.
Switch. Come get it.
Over Anthony. Young, no good.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Anthony's shot is off. Fires from way outside. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Orlando out in front, up by 5. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Orlando leading by 5. Banchero and Carter make up the inside pair. Caldwell Pope out there with Anthony. And it's Wagner in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando. Atlanta shooting the ball at 42%.
Come get it.
Griffin against Caldwell Pope. Griffin passes to Middleton. Capella kicks to Johnson. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. From the top of the key, and that's good for 2. Griffin's got the first basket of the second quarter for Atlanta. Now here's Anthony. Hasn't made one yet. Wagner wide open. No good on the triple. The Hawks trail by 3. Griffin looking around. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, that's not exactly the most solid screen you'll see, but it still works.
Outside Anthony passes it to Wagner from deep. The rebound by Johnson. Here is Daniels, defended by Carter. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Daniels, no good. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Orlando. Middleton against Wagner. Over Middleton. And it's Wagner missing. The Hawks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Griffin. They get it again. Here's Capella. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Orlando's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Anthony drives in, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Boy, you can see the speed by Cole Anthony on display. He can mix speeds. He can come right at you. That's a nice-looking drive.
For Orlando, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
That's good from Anthony. Doris, when you and I think about the playoffs back in the bubble, you can see how much of an impact the fans have during games.
Personally, Kevin, I hope never to see a bubble again because the energy and the atmosphere inside NBA arenas is so electric you can almost reach out and touch it. And obviously, the players love the opportunity to perform in front of their home fans.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Anthony, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Pulls it from the elbow. Rebounded by Capella. The Hawks have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Wendell Carter Jr. didn't break through in his first stop with the Bulls, but he's become a cornerstone player with the Magic. What he says is, I've definitely tapped into a different side of myself. Defensively, being able to guard 1 through 5. Just continuing to go up from there and helping my team. Kevin?
Good stuff, D.A. Thank you.
Boy, what a great find by Carter Jr. Not a ball-stopping big man. You gotta love it.
Here's Middleton. Capella. Rebound by the Magic. Caldwell Pope against Griffin. Banchero outside. Over Johnson. Banchero, that's good. And now a 6-point Magic lead.
Excellent work in the screen and roll. Banchero solid at knowing when to shoot in those sets.
Atlanta calls timeout. Greg, here he is, the first overall pick of the 2022 draft, Paolo Banchero.
And the top pick because he's a 6'10 playmaker. Banchero has a tremendous feel for the game, great vision, passing it, and endless potential offensively.
Jalen Suggs is checked in for the Magic. ABC's checked in for Atlanta. On defense, Orlando. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Back to Griffin. On the wing, Daniels. Lock at 6. Here's Capella. It's blocked.
Get that out of here, Jalen Suggs. Send it back, young sir.
And it's Wagner missing. And stolen by Wagner. Off with the layup. The Hawks trail by 6. Here's ABC. Still yet to score. Over to the wing. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Now Daniels. Over Suggs. The Hawks again can't hit. Magic leading by 6. To the paint. Caldwell Pope kicks to Wagner. Pass to Carter. Over Daniels. Chalk up 2 there. Carter's got the lead up to 8 now for Orlando.
Wendell Carter Jr. going to the cup. Look out, folks. Here he comes.
And here's Daniels. Pass to ABC. They need this one. No good. Shot missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Caldwell Pope, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Hawks trail by 8. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
It's stolen by Banchero. Here's Suggs. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
You cannot be overzealous when you're trying to guard Jalen Suggs. He's so crafty, so good at drawing fouls.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Another strength for them today, guys, mid-range shooting. Normally the defense wants to give you that shot. Let's see if they adjust at all.
That one is off. And Doris, we know Suggs, the 5th pick in the 2021 draft, struggled with his shot early, but it seems like he's found other ways to help.
Kevin, you have to do everything you can to mask a weakness that you have. So strengths for Suggs, he's got the ability to guard both guard positions. He rebounds his position well, and he pushes tempo. So while that perimeter game develops, contribute in other ways.
Good on the second free throw.
Jalen Suggs gets a ton of attention for his offensive skill set, and that's appropriate. But let's remember, he can be imposing defensively.
To the inside, Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Suggs with the ball. Here's Isaac. Another shot. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Magic lead by 9.
Well, with that length, you want to see Jonathan Isaac attack the offensive glass. Put that 7'1" wingspan to work.
Young looking it over. It's Young on the wing. 6 to shoot. Here's the 3. It's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
And most of the time, you expect Young's 3 ball to fall. That's just how good he is.
Now, here's Wagner. Makes that one after missing his first 6 shot attempts. 1 for 7 and hungry for more.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Young outside. There's the dish to Griffin. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. And that's now 8 points for A.J. Griffin.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Caldwell Pope, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And smart ball movement there from Banchero. And that selflessness will endear him to his teammates.
Young passes to Capella. Here's ABC. Back to Capella. Misses in close. The Magic leading by 8. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Here's Suggs. Wagner outside. Over Griffin. And it's Wagner missing. The Hawks trail by 8. Outside Griffin. It's not going to go for him. Great defense that time from Banchero. And that one's good, Wagner. Wagner's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Some contact there, but Franz Wagner plays right through it.
Outside Griffin. He kicks it to Johnson. And there's the drive. Back to Griffin. Shoots over Wagner.
You got it. Come on.
Johnson inside. He's covered by Banchero. That's tipped.
And when Banchero turns it up, he can be a factor at the defensive end.
And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Magic. And that one's good, Wagner.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
So for the Magic, Mo Wagner comes in for Franz Wagner. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And then for Atlanta, Okongwu comes in for Clint Capella. And it's DeAndre Hunter in for A.J. Griffin. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's Okongwu. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Orlando leading by 12. Banchero outside. He dishes it to Fultz. Okongwu grabs the board. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
You know, you can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without fouling.
The Hawks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And up around 82% as a team a season ago. So they know how to make the most of those opportunities.
First one falls for him.
And something you like about Young is how he forces an opponent's hand. He makes you adapt and not the other way around.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. Now, here's Suggs. Tight defense on him. Banchero outside. Wagner kicks to Isaac. Now, Suggs. 5 on the clock. Tries again. Isaac misses.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
Young passes to Hunter. 1:04 left in the second quarter. Johnson dishes to Okongwu. The pass to ABC. Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Wagner's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Fultz the pass to Banchero. Once again off the mark, Orlando. The Hawks trail by 10. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
ABC passes to Young. And the lead is down inside single digits. Young's got 11 points. Orlando's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Banchero outside. Launches it. Another miss by Banchero. And that does it for the first half of play. Magic lead by 8. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
The Hawks.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what concerns you most about the first half?
Well, I think the tempo is in their favor right now. They're fast, and they're getting up and down the floor, so they're running out in transition.
Got to beat them to the punch. Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith.
It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. They did lead by as many as 7 points in the first period. Checking out Orlando. And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
They're going to work in the paint. Doing a great job. A good portion of their offense was generated inside. Really outperformed their opponent. I expect the defense to pack it in a little more in the second half and try to force those guys to stay outside.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Atlanta.
They're getting man and falling behind, letting the crowd get into it. That affects your confidence. We'll see if they settle down in the second half.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, what he did was sustain it throughout the first half. He ran the offense to absolute perfection.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Clint Capella is out there with Johnson. And it's ABC. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? ABC passes to Middleton. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Wagner. Here's the break. Here's Caldwell Pope. Rebound by the Hawks. ABC's got his 4th rebound in this one. It's good.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. This young Magic team is building, and they're anchored by the talent in their front court. Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr., who said, as a team, our potential is through the roof. I think the biggest thing for us is being injury-free. That will give us the best chance to be very special. Kevin?
Special indeed. All right, David Aldridge, thank you. Middleton can't get it to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
And that one's good, Wagner.
That's a big-time finish by Franz Wagner. Might be young, but he is undeterred.
Bounce pass Young. Here's ABC. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Here's ABC. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Wagner outside. Carter outside. All sorts of time. And that one drops for him. And it's a 12-point Orlando lead.
Boy, confident shot from the big man, Carter Jr., spacing the floor.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Young finds Middleton. Shoots over Wagner. And Middleton, the basket on the assist from Young. 6 points for Chris Middleton. And here is Suggs. Banchero outside. And it's good for 2. Banchero's got the lead up to 12 now for the Magic.
Strong defense against Banchero inside, but they can't break his focus, and he still manages to knock it down.
For 3, Middleton. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got his 6th rebound on the night. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Caldwell Pope outside. To the left wing. And Banchero passes to Caldwell Pope.
You get an understanding of the high IQ that Paolo Banchero brings to the table. This guy's so good at finding open teammates.
Inside, here's ABC. The basket good off the assist from Young.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Wagner against Middleton. Kicks it out to Banchero. Off target with his 3. The Hawks trail by 12. Middleton outside. Knocks it loose. Here's ABC. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Orlando, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Here's Suggs. The shot misses. Good D by Johnson. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And the dunk by Capella.
And this is the chemistry Capella has with his guys. Exceptional at feeling when to go for alley-oops.
Suggs with the ball. Here's Carter. ABC grabs the board. ABC's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Launches a 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Carter's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Suggs. Makes it off the glass. Suggs has got 6 points.
Boy, the agility of Jalen Suggs when he touches the painted area navigates his way to a nice finish.
Young finds Johnson. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Suggs passes to Banchero. Passes it to Suggs. Over Young. That shot, no good.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Pass to Capella. Kicks it to Young.
Switch.
Middleton for 3. Kept alive.
Just has a nose for the ball. Capella skilled at gaining ideal position for those offensive rebounds.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And the guys get a little bit of a break. Mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Nance comes in for Johnson. DeAndre Hunter, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Dyson Daniels subbed in for ABC. Here's Fultz. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. That's now 8 points for Markelle Fultz.
One of the keys as a perimeter player is always stay focused through contact. Markelle Fultz makes that shot despite the physical contact.
And Nance kicks to Hunter. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Count it. Okongwu's now got 8 points.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
That's a complete effort. Stuck with his man, gets his hand up, and then he doesn't hesitate to finish the possession with the rebounding job.
Pass to Okongwu. It's Young on the wing. From deep three-point territory, it's hauled in by Harris. Magic leading by 8. Anthony on the wing. Back to Harris. Isaac outside. Young against Fultz. Trae Young grabs the miss. And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regrouped. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
Now, here is Young. He's got 13. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Griffin's checked in for the Hawks. Here's Fultz.
Hey, yo, right here.
Out to Anthony. There's the 3. Rebound, Atlanta. Outside, Griffin. Daniels with it. Isaac on him.
What's the roll?
Now, Griffin. 8 points for him. Daniels inside the line. Offensive rebound. Knocked loose. Taken away by Anthony. Here's Harris. Isaac outside. He shoots again, and that's 2 points on the layup. Harris has got 4 this quarter.
Opportunistic play by Gary Harris. Used that athleticism to corral that offensive rebound.
Here's Hunter. No scoring in this one. Shot clock at 5. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Fultz. Orlando leading by 10. Anthony left side. .135 left to play in the third. Harris. Hunter with some nice defense.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Orlando.
I like this throwback approach they're taking, looking to score high percentage shots in the paint. And so far, it's working.
The other thing for this team today, they have a bunch of second chance points. They're turning misses into makes.
Trae Young, he's checked in for Dyson Daniels. Both free throws good from Griffin. 1:25 left in the third. To the paint.
Hey, who's watching them?
And Anthony gets it to go on the assist from Fultz. Anthony's got 7.
Well, we know Markelle Fultz can get cooking on the offensive end, but his responsibility to get the guys around him involved, nicely done.
Here's Young. Orlando grabs the miss. And the pass to Fultz. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And now a 12-point Magic lead.
We have seen more than just a willingness from Cole Anthony to share the basketball. We've seen a real aptitude in this regard.
High post Young. Outside Griffin. In the corner, it's Hunter. That 3 off the mark.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
And here's Young. Pulls up. And Okongwu slams it in.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Magic. They lead by 12. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Banchero and Carter make up the inside pair. The guard pair for them, Anthony and Suggs. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Orlando. Here's Young. Good work defensively by Carter. Orlando leading by 12. Anthony with it and guarded by Capella. Anthony's shot is off. Middleton against Caldwell Pope. Shot's good by Middleton.
And I like how Middleton seemed unbothered by the shot contest there. What an effort.
Screen.
Anthony with it. 4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Here's Carter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Clint Capella.
Yeah, easy call.
The first free throw is good.
Well, we know Wendell Carter Jr. offers a lot on the offensive end. This guy's got to continue to improve as a low post defender.
And Orlando making a change here. Wagner's checked in. Carter hits them both. The Hawks trail by 12. Young outside. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got 11 rebounds in the game. Wagner passes to Suggs. Takes the 13-footer. Rebound by the Hawks. Capella's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Young against Wagner. They get it back. Good on that shot. And with that, the Magic lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Young. Now, here's Suggs. Defended by Young. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Here's Capella. Goes back up. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And a great display of physicality from Capella. He's not one to shy away from contact.
The Magic making a switch here. Isaac's checked in. Free throw no good for Capella.
And the defense Capella provides is huge. I mean, a legitimate shot blocking threat who also rebounds the ball at an efficient rate.
Middleton against Wagner. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Caldwell Pope. Second shot opportunity. He can't hit that time. Great D that time from Middleton. Here's ABC. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Basket counts. And that's now 6 points for ABC.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
A second chance effort. And the layup is good. And the Magic lead by 8.
Boy, that one takes a level of commitment from Franz Wagner. This guy wants to keep the play alive.
Shoots from the baseline. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Isaac misses. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Middleton the pass to ABC. And Okongwu slams it in.
And they have gotten themselves back into this game just in the nick of time. If that run had come any later, it would have been Katie bar the door.
They're showing so much passion and determination here at the end. They're close to the lead, but still have plenty of work left to do.
The correct decision by Middleton, moving to his wide-open teammate, Chris, a terrific passer off the wing.
Up top, Wagner. Defended by Middleton. Shoots from the elbow. Rebounded by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Hey, yo, right here.
Here's ABC to tie it up. And it's Suggs with the rebound.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Passes it to Banchero. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And Middleton the bucket on the assist from Young. Middleton's got the game tied up here for Atlanta. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Jamal Mosley was going over with his team. Now, with the game in the balance, he had some encouraging words for his team. He said, this is what we wanted. We thought if we kept it close, we could pull it out. Now let's go out there and do just that. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And it's time for an injury report. Let's find out the news on Wendell Carter. David, what's the update there?
Hey, Kevin, I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer for the Magic. He told me that he bruised his rib. He's got a pretty good mark there, and he is really feeling it.
Thank you, David. Appreciate the update. Never like to see any kind of injury, Greg.
Yeah, it's one of the toughest parts of the game because you have little to no control over it.
Well, we're obviously hoping for a speedy recovery because we know this about this young guy. He simply loves playing the game.
Here's Young, and he lays that one in.
A bad man on the offensive end. Young can really be a menace with his shooting.
Now, here's Suggs. Isaac outside. Rebound, Atlanta. To the inside. Okongwu. The basket good. Off the assist from Young. Okongwu's now got 6 in the quarter.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Wagner against Middleton, and it's Wagner missing.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
It's difficult trying to throw Middleton off his rhythm. Remarkable job staying with that shot.
Here's Suggs. Good defensive work there by Young. The Hawks leading by 4. Middleton outside. From the arc. Traps in the tray. Middleton's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
Here's ABC. Lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Here's Wagner. He gets it in there.
When you are in the painted area, you've got to be calm under pressure. Mr. Wagner, yes, sir.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Onyeka Okongwu.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this, and on the road no less. Young finds Capella, somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Capella's got 4 points in the quarter. The Magic trail by 10. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Carter, the pass to Wagner. Here's Suggs. Good defensive work there by Young. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. For 3, Middleton. Rebounded by Isaac. Isaac's got 6 rebounds in the game. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive.
And sweet drive there. KCP, a smooth operator with terrific straight line speed.
Young passes to ABC. Driving inside. Good work there as it goes.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
From 18 feet away, and there's Caldwell Pope. That's good on the assist from Wagner.
And Caldwell Pope able to hit those mid-range shots consistently, but that's one the defense will live with.
Lob pass to Capella. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively.
And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game, guys. No doubt about it. I'm sensing a major momentum swing here after that steal and run out.
Young passes to Middleton. Johnson outside. Pass to ABC. A three-pointer off the mark. The Magic trail by 6. Wagner outside. Caldwell Pope outside. Isaac up top. Just 5 to shoot. Rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's ABC. And a deep 3 from Young. Atlanta again missing. Magic shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. And Wagner drives in.
Don't you love that a young player like Franz Wagner is so willing to deliver in the clutch? Wow.
Here's Young. Orlando grabs the miss. Pass to Wagner. Over Middleton. And it's Wagner missing. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. ABC misses the layup. And they're moving it up. Here's Suggs. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Young, no good.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
How about the young gun comfortable in the clutch? Jonathan Isaac delivering.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Banchero's checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And there's the pass to ABC. The three won't fall. And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. They could win it. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. And it's the Magic with the ball. Young is out there with ABC. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Okongwu. And it's Johnson in at the 4. Now, here's Suggs. Defended by Young. That gives them the lead. Suggs has got the first basket here in overtime for the Magic. Young outside. Middleton inside the three-point line. Orlando grabs the miss. Carter's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. And there it is for him. Suggs has got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
ABC passes to Young. To the middle. Here's Okongwu. It's number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
I tell you, he's making everything he looks at tonight. He should be their number 1 option on every possession.
And Wagner's got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. They've led by as many as 14 points. Pass to Suggs. Johnson against Banchero. Here's Suggs. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Well, just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
Banchero against Johnson. For 3. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Pass to Suggs. Back to Caldwell Pope. Young with the steal. Drops in the breakaway layup. Young's got 19 points.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
Wagner kicks to Carter. Wagner outside. Here's Banchero. 4 on the clock. Second shot opportunity. That shot off the mark. Great D that time for Middleton. Pass to Young. To take the lead. Banchero grabs the board. Orlando, they've gone 3 for 5 for their shot since they got started here in overtime. And there's Suggs on the assist by Caldwell Pope. Suggs has got 8 here in the quarter.
Jalen Suggs, a big-time bucket. This guy is fearless.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And what an exciting game here with 3 minutes played so far in overtime. Young outside. There's the drive. Lays it up and banks it in. Young's got 21 in the game.
And on the drive, Young can be so sudden. The defense barely gets a chance to react.
Banchero up top. Covered by Johnson. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Down to 5 on the shot clock. ABC grabs the board. ABC's got his 6th rebound on the night. He kicks to Young. Looking at the clock, just over 3.5 minutes into OT. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
Boy, how big might this sort of mistake play out? You never know, but sometimes these are game changers.
The Magic have gone 4 for 7 on their shot attempts in the extra period up to this point. Banchero against Johnson. And it's Banchero missing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Young outside. Middleton on the wing. Shoots over Wagner. Money!
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
It's in!
A huge reason why Banchero was selected first overall, because this team trusts him to be that guy.
Young inside. No good. When they go to the intentional foul, Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for the Magic. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're in front by 4. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first overtime. 2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking.
Atlanta calls timeout. They trailed by 4. 24 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Young outside. The pass to ABC. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're up by 2. There's 14 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. So both teams changing it up here. And that's an intentional foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
And no secret here, guys. They've got to get a 3 if we're going to get yet another overtime.
Nails the tray. And here is Suggs. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number 2. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. And as we play into another overtime, the tension continues to build. Both teams refusing to quit. Orlando with the ball. Wagner with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Pushing it up, and another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Suggs with the ball. Carter outside. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Capella. And so Young will bring it up for the Hawks. They've led by as much as 10. Dishes it to Capella. Carter against Middleton. Good work defensively by Carter. Orlando trailing here. Caldwell Pope outside. The feet to Banchero. Count it. Banchero's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, this is Paolo Banchero's comfort zone right here. The interior with that size and frame. Look out.
Middleton the pass to Young. Fires for three. Rebound by the Magic.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
It's stolen by Capella. Passes it to ABC. Back to Young. Pass to Capella. Over Caldwell Pope. And it's Capella missing. Well, Orlando shooting about 42% so far. Caldwell Pope passes it to Carter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, you see, when a big man commits to his shot, Wendell Carter Jr., tremendous job drawing contact.
And the first one drops. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Hawks trailing. Bounce pass, Young. Middleton against Wagner. And it's Johnson that time on the assist by Middleton. Now a timeout called by Orlando. Now, here's Suggs. Wagner finds Caldwell Pope. Over in the corner, Banchero. Just 5 to shoot. Wagner outside. Three-pointers off the mark. The Hawks shooting for the game at 42%.
And Young, such a clever shooter. He makes sure to get himself a foul while putting up the shot.
And he knocks down the first one. He hits both from the stripe.
Well, this is the kind of player he is. The tougher the moment, the more he elevates his game.
Down low. And he uses the glass on the layup. Caldwell Pope's got it all tied up now for the Magic.
And how about the poise Caldwell Pope displayed on that possession? They needed an important basket, and he was ready and willing.
ABC's shot is good.
Great chemistry between two teammates. Love the passing.
Here's Wagner. Count the basket. Wagner's got 22.
That's about simply playing hard. Wagner doing what it takes to find a shot in the interior.
Now, here is Young. Defense right on him. Sweet little floater. And the Hawks lead by 2.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
To the inside. Here's Banchero over Johnson. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Capella inside. Carter on him. Capella the pass to ABC. Johnson for 3. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Here's Banchero. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And Banchero doesn't back down from anyone, which is why he's able to draw those fouls.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
And a big man who can do a little bit of everything. Banchero's future is certainly bright.
I got mine. We got shooter, huh? Hey, let me get big man. Hey, when it comes off, grab it, baby.
And he ends up missing both free throws.
Despite the fact that he's highly skilled, Paulo Banchero also plays with this relentless energy you love.
Here's Young. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And you get the sense that he's hit a wall here in OT. It just hasn't been much help to them at all offensively. And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Tips it up, and Carter with his second chance points.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the blockout, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They've used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
And so the Hawks take the win. A double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep and play with that much determination to get a win, it was earned, and I tell you what, they've got to feel really good about themselves for fighting through.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. Trey, what does a win like this mean in terms of where this team is heading?
I think we're headed in the right direction. I'm super excited about the future here in Atlanta, the future in this team, and I mean, we're heading in the right direction.
Certainly looks like it, man. Thanks very much. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Well, we've got some explosive athletes out here tonight, Grant, and from here's Suggs. Let's take a look at our starters for Atlanta. We've got Trae Young. Johnson is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's ABC in at the 2. Now here's Wagner. Stolen by Young. And a fast break now for the Hawks. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
A pure shooter. Young, almost backyardish sometimes with his shots.
Here's Suggs. Guarded by Young. Pass to Banchero. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he can't get that one.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Here's Young. And just about a minute into this first quarter. Misses the step-back jumper. And here's Wagner. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Here's Suggs. Rebound by Middleton. Pass to ABC. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Middleton, a scorer by nature, that time showing you he can find his teammates too.
First quarter, just over a minute and a half in. Here's Wagner. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
Outside Young. Pass to Middleton. Over Wagner. It's hauled in by the Magic. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Here's Suggs. Guarded by Young. Shoots off the step back. Suggs, the pass to Wagner. Here's Banchero. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That one on Capella.
For a young player, Banchero has tremendous footwork in the post. He stays in balance and puts defenders in awkward spots.
And that one misses. Grant, it's fair to say this Magic team is still coming into its own as far as the youth on the roster.
Yeah, not a lot of NBA service time up and down the roster, but tons and tons of talent. I mean, they've done very well constructing the roster. Now to develop it, and they'll see the wins pile up.
You got this guy down here? Yeah, I got big man.
And he can't hit the second. And talk about a star from day one, Clark. Paolo Banchero.
You know, B.A., I love this kid's game. He's got great confidence, terrific body. He's relentless, plays with a lot of energy, and offensively, there's not much he can't do. I mean, he rebounds, he competes on defense. Boy, I like a lot about this young man's game.
Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, I tell you what, Clint Capella does a really good job of playing with such energy and effort, particularly on the glass, and because of that, he can hurt you on the board.
Here's Suggs. To the paint. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Now here's Young. And he can't connect. He's 1 for 3 in this game. Caldwell Pope, the pass to Wagner. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Suggs, guarded by Young. Suggs, no good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt. And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's ball. And Orlando has possession. Middleton against Wagner. The three from Banchero. And it's ABC with a rebound. For Atlanta, they've gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Middleton outside. And he can't jam it through. And here's Wagner. He'll bring it up for Orlando. Trailing by 2. That ties it up.
Great persistence that time from Suggs, not allowing that inside defense to bother him at all.
Here's ABC. Pass to Young. Here's ABC. To the inside. Here's Capella. That shot missing. Oh, nice D from Carter. The Magic shooting just 38% so far in this one. Offensive rebound. Wagner drops in the layup for 2. Wagner's got 6.
Really good work by Wagner there, turning that miss into a make. Those are the type of baskets that can swing games sometimes.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. And for the Berlin native, Franz Wagner. His NBA career is off to a terrific start.
Yeah, at 6'10", he's extremely versatile. He's already a talented scorer at all 3 levels. Plus, he's able to put the ball on the floor and create for his teammates.
Capella, the pass to Johnson. Here's ABC. Misses, and the dry spell continues. Orlando leading. On the wing, Suggs. From down in the low post, it goes.
Really good concentration from Suggs there. Pretty good body control, too.
Now Young. Down low. Here's Johnson. Great D that time from Banchero.
He did everything in his power to make that a hard shot. And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Now here's Carter. No made baskets yet. Here's Suggs. And it's slammed in by Carter.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Carter Jr. excels at using that big body of his to take advantage on the boards.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Young finds Middleton. No luck on that one. Nice D from Wagner for Orlando. They've gone 6 of 13 so far in this one. Caldwell Pope's shot is off. The Hawks trailing. Now here's Middleton. Misses from close range. Here's Suggs. Pass to Wagner. And it's off the back of the rim. No good.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
Here's Middleton. Oh, no good. Unable to win this run. Here's Wagner driving to the basket. Tries again. Can't cash it in from close range.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Young against Wagner. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. Well, Orlando's shooting only 35% so far in this quarter. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Back to Wagner. Pass to Caldwell Pope. 4 on the clock. Shoots over Capella. He drains that one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
Yeah, you know, when you give Caldwell Pope any daylight to get his shot off, he's knocking it down. He's a gifted shooter.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta.
Yeah, they're hoping to turn things around with this timeout.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
A line change here for Orlando. Here's Daniels. Pass to Nance. And here's Hunter. Shot clock at 6. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. Here's Orlando. A 14-2 run over the last bit. Anthony, the pass to Harris. Wagner outside. Fires from deep. Griffin pulls down the board. Pass to Daniels. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Harris. Anthony in the post. Working on Griffin. Anthony misses.
Showing great intensity around the rim is part of why he's a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Now here's Hunter. Still without a bucket. Daniels passes to Hunter. There's the triple. Orlando grabs the miss. An 8-point differential. Ooh, Griffin with the steal. They push it up 4 on 3. Pass to Okongwu. Now here's Griffin. Here's Daniels. And the call will be against Jonathan Isaac. That's his first foul. Here's Daniels. He's guarded by Anthony.
As one of the top two-way players in the draft, Daniels was on a lot of teams' radar, and that kind of versatility will always get a player some attention.
And he drops the first. Both shots good from the strike. And so Anthony will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. 6-point game. Inside. Here's Harris. Tips it. It's good on the putback.
At 6'10" and athletic, Isaac's a real threat on the offensive boards. That's why you got to box him out.
$1:56 left in the first quarter here. Daniels passes to Nance. And a foul on Gary Harris. That's his first foul.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Okongwu finds Nance. Here's Daniels. He's guarded by Anthony. Daniels, that one's true.
So strong at the rim. That'll serve Daniels well here in this league.
Fultz against Griffin. Fultz can't get it to go. The Hawks trailing. Griffin in the post. Bounded by Fultz. And Griffin gets it to go. Orlando has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Pass to Wagner. And here's Fultz. Back to Wagner. Battles through traffic and lays it in. And the Magic lead by 6. And for the Hawks, they're shooting just 25% from the field in the first quarter. Harris against Hunter. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3. Here's Anthony. No points so far. Wagner outside. 30 seconds left to play in the first. Back to Anthony. Just 5 on the clock. The shot. Rebound Atlanta.
You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
Here's Daniels. Isaac covering. Nance outside. Hunter with the ball. Good if it goes. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Magic. They lead by 4. And we'll be back right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And for the Magic guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And for Atlanta, they're shooting only 27% for today's game. Banchero plays the 4 with Carter Jr. at center. Anthony is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Wagner in at the 3. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. Here's ABC. Puts it up from 17. They get it back.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
Orlando leading. Pass to Carter. Caldwell-Pope with it. Rebounded by the Hawks. Capella's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Here's ABC. Capella inside. That evens the score. Well, the saying is defense wins championships. But in this day and age, don't you need both?
No question, B.A. You definitely do. I mean, we've seen plenty of great defenses flame out in the playoffs because they couldn't put up points. Defense alone isn't enough. You need a balance of both.
And so here is Orlando following the score by Atlanta. And it's slammed in by Carter.
No margin for error that time. Big-time slam from big man Carter Jr.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
The Magic are still young, yes, but they are developing. Coach Jamal Mosley said, quote, "We're close to getting over the hump." These guys understand that you just have to stick with that process, the growth. It's just the belief system that these young men are starting to grow into.
He's really kept that positive environment. Thanks, Allie.
Part of the job description as a guard, but Anthony relishes the chance to get his teammates good looks.
Young looking around. Pass to Okongwu. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Banchero. Caldwell Pope, the pass to Banchero. Yes! Banchero fighting for two.
Yeah, and Banchero doesn't mind some contact. He enjoys battling through tight coverage and finishing.
Here's Johnson. Here's ABC. Back to Johnson. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Here's Wagner. And his fifth basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
Wagner knows how to handle his business inside, mainly due to how much confidence he brings to the court.
Here's ABC. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. ABC, the pass to Capella. Here's ABC. A shot from the high post. Anthony grabs the board. The Magic have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Goes up again. Count the basket. And the Magic lead by 6.
Putting his agility to work, Anthony beats the contact there.
Outside Young. Pass to Okongwu. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Now Anthony. Banked it in off the glass. Anthony's got 4 points this quarter.
Kept moving and found an opening. Staying active, Anthony grinding for that bucket in tight.
You know, when it comes to Cole Anthony, Grant, we knew he'd be a good NBA player. Let's face it, we've heard about it from his dad for years as he's joined us on the media side.
B.A., that's the truth. But who knows, maybe one day he'll end up in our industry as well. Maybe he's got the bloodlines to be pretty good on the mic like his old man.
Here's Banchero. Rebounded by the Hawks. Here's ABC. Pass to Okongwu. To the middle. They swipe it. It's Anthony on the tape. And Anthony slams it in.
Turning on the afterburners on the drive. Good to see Anthony using his athleticism in these situations.
Young inside, working on Anthony. Here's ABC. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. Orlando with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Carter can't get it to go. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Trailing by 8. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game-changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Here's Banchero following the score by Atlanta. On the wing, Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 5. The baseline J is on the way. Nice jump shot. Wagner's got 6 points in the quarter.
Really like how Wagner is really gone after it on offense. That's part of why he's hot right now.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. You think of Wagner mostly for his offense, but Clark, he's a great defender as well.
You know, B.A., he really is. He moves his feet well, both laterally and up and down. He's got great size at 6'10". He can step out and defend guards in the pick and roll. Very versatile defensively, and he's got a nice zeal in how he goes about it.
Isaac, he's checked in for Orlando. Suggs comes in for Anthony. Now here's Young. Yep, that one's good.
The control of Young, unleashing a devastating dribble move and finding the shot.
Down low. Here's Caldwell Pope. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Capella, the pass to Johnson. Pass to Middleton. 5 to shoot. That shot wide open.
Rhythm and timing so important in the game of hoops. Middleton using both on that pull-up jumper.
Wagner against Middleton. Wagner inside. Good D by Middleton.
Showing great intensity around the rim is part of why he's a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Pass to Banchero. Here's the three from distance. Paolo.
You know, I know some would like to see Banchero increase his shooting range, especially since he doesn't have a solid shot from behind the arc.
Wagner against Middleton, and the call will be against Jonathan Isaac. That'll be a second foul of the game. Orlando making some changes. Wagner comes in for Banchero, and it's Fultz in for Caldwell Pope. Here's Daniels. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Magic.
Everything working for them inside so far, guys. Tons of high-quality shots that they're knocking down inside.
He also can't ignore that they're winning the effort battle, grabbing offensive rebounds and making the most of those extra possessions.
First one falls for him. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Orlando leading. Wagner in the high post. He's got 12. Left side Fultz. Back to Wagner. Fires the three. Rebound by Middleton. And so Middleton will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Here's Daniels. And that comes off the assist by Middleton. Daniels has got 7 points in the game.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
Wagner against Nance. A little mid-range shot is up. And it's Wagner missing. And the Hawks shooting 59% in this quarter. Terrific. Daniels passes to Griffin. Over Fultz. Another one falls for Atlanta.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's Wagner. Inside. Here's Suggs. And he banks in the layup. 6 points for him.
Wagner, he'll find the wide open teammate more often than not. Heady player.
Here's Daniels. 7 points in the game. Hunter finds Griffin. The shot off that time. Oh, nice D from Fultz. Orlando has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Wagner outside from behind the arc. Griffin pulls down the board. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in the game. And Griffin slams it in.
And 1 move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And it's Wagner missing.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Here's Suggs. 6 points for him. Second chance shot. And it's Wagner missing. The Hawks trailing. Here's Griffin. Oh, it's no good. That would have tied it. The Magic shooting only 40% from the floor in this game. Here's Fultz. Rebound by Middleton. Middleton's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Hunter. Shoots over Fultz. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Hunter's got his second basket.
And Middleton is just the total package. Not just a scorer, but a terrific passer as well.
50 seconds left in the first half. Now Fultz. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Isaac. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Daniels. The Hawks shooting only 42%. On the take. Nance, the pass to Middleton. Outside Hunter. Lets a floater go. And that's 2 points on the layup. Hunter's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
To the paint. Here's Griffin. The layup off target. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Hawks ahead, leading by just 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter.
And trying as they might, they couldn't push their lead past 4 points. Remember, they trailed after 1, but a great second quarter gives them a 2-point lead at the break. Kenny, let's start with you. What do you think about the Hawks?
We have to love the second unit. I mean, the effort they displayed, they're doing much more than giving the starters a break. We're seeing real intensity from them, particularly on the offensive end.
Looking at Orlando, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. The strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. When you look at Franz Wagner, what a contribution.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. On the floor for Atlanta, they've got Johnson, also Chris Middleton out there, Trae Young out there with Clint Capella, and it's ABC in at the shooting guard. Suggs, the pass to Banchero. Paolo Banchero flushing it home.
Hey, this is why you must push Banchero out of the paint, or else he'll slam it all over you.
Outside Johnson. Here's Young. Another shot. Rebound by the Magic. Banchero's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Wagner with it, and it's Young picking him up. Here's Caldwell Pope, and it's ABC with a rebound.
You know, you don't always get that opportunity, so those are the ones you hate to miss.
That one goes in. And the Hawks lead by 2.
I think he catches him off guard with the spin move right there.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Here's Carter. Capella with the defensive effort. And here's Middleton. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Count it. And now a 4-point Hawks lead.
Middleton so good under pressure. He's always composed and under control.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, before his one season at Duke, Paolo Banchero tattooed the message, "No pressure," on his left forearm. He said, quote, "There's going to be noise, but at the end of the day, you got to go out there and hoop against 5 other guys. So it's like, quote, what really is it if it's just basketball?"
That's a good point. No big deal. Down and the putback.
Boy, you got to box him out or he takes off for these throwdown putbacks. Capella doing work on the glass.
Here's Suggs. He's got 6. Yep, count it. Suggs